Brother Hussein from Saudi Arabia is asking a question that requires a lecture. Is there anything as political Islam or not? Because we see nowadays that in some Islamic countries, they have secular parties and there are Islamic parties. So is this possible? Is it acceptable? Can they join in democratic process or not? First of all, Islam is a full package. Islam is a whole unit. It is not only to pray certain rak'ahs per day, fast Ramadan, and that is it. Leave what's to Caesar to Caesar. And let bygones be bygones. No. Islam is a religion that comes to govern all aspects of life, whether it's political, economical, social, it deals with finance, it deals with art, with everything. However, nowadays politics is rotten. Politics today is based on lies, is based on deceit. Politicians are the most corrupt worldwide. They are the biggest liars. They are the biggest embezzlers of the funds of the state. And not only that, they justify and they lie and lie and lie until they believe themselves. So it is very difficult to find a Muslim politician. And it is based on benefits. So the relationship between countries are not because of their cordial relationships. It is dependent on the benefits that one can get from the other. Other than that, they would sell them and kick them with their shoes away. Having the democratic process itself is not part of Islam. There isn't anything as such. Democracy is not part of Islam at all. And this what called some scholars to ban it altogether and say it is prohibited to engage in the democratic process because it is kufr, it is disbelief, it is man-made laws. Other scholars looked at the pros and cons, looked at the advantages and the disadvantages. And they said we have to evaluate the situation on the ground. So if we have a country and the people who deal with so-called democracy are ruling the country and the overwhelming support of the people is with them, if we leave the space and the arena for them, then they would rule and they would govern with non-Islamic beliefs and rules. But if we contribute and try to reduce the problems and to reduce the harm as much as possible, then we may help in such introduction of Islam that may on the long run dominate the ruling after some time. And the second or the latter is the most closest to the direction of the Sharia. If you stay away and watch the ship drown, you are part of it. But if you can salvage what you can by breaking the day of Ramadan that you're fasting in order to save someone, this is a must. So we condemn the democratic process and we call it not to be part of Islam, but in some cases we have to dive in and be part of it in order to give victory to Islam as much as possible and reduce the harm as much as possible. And you have Turkey as a clear example. MashaAllah, they have done wonders in 12 years and they are still on the process, MashaAllah, trying their level best. It's not perfect. No one can say it's perfect. So you start raising the flags that there is prostitution, there is alcohol. Akhi, look at the bright side and let's work with them in order to reduce this. And this goes on in other countries of the world. So, are there political parties in Islam? There shouldn't be, but in the existing politics of today, they have to intervene and do something as long as, inshallah, it helps.